Insane pictures from Quebec. Imagine you're living on the beautiful countryside, you have a farm, you're driving down the country road and whoop, suddenly you're sucked deep into, I don't want to call that landslide, they call it landslide, I call this a massive sinkhole. It looks like an asteroid has hit it or a bomb crater. Insane. And it's not a small one, it's huge. The whole road is gone. So now your farm might be gone, or your access to your farm. Nearby residents have been evacuated. Thankfully, nobody was in the house when it was swallowed up. But what is this? These pictures are I always want to say groundbreaking, and then all of you laugh and you're having fun in the comments, because last time I did this with this groundbreaking new video from the 7.7 Myanmar earthquake. By the way, I put it in the end screen. You have to watch this. And this is also really groundbreaking, what has happened in Quebec. But what exactly has happened? What is this? We will find out together, guys. So stay with me. So the press says a major landslide. Again, to me, this looks like something different. Sinkhole struck Sainte-Monique in central Quebec in Canada around 6 a.m. local time on May 21st in 2025. It has swept away, torn that house, basically the land underneath the house. The whole farm is gone. The road is gone, and event has forced the nearby residents to evacuate. No injuries, no missing persons so far, and that is really good. But that thing has left a scar in that rural area, beautiful area. So it's big. It's estimated like 2,500 feet long. That is 760 meters and roughly 500 feet wide. That's 150 meters, guys. That is really huge. Has cut through that rural road. And public safety officials have confirmed that nobody was inside the house at the time of the collapse. But imagine if you were inside the house at the time. And I've reported recently about the sinkholes in Florida that do swallow up houses and have swallowed up residents while they were sleeping, and they vanished. Florida has a sinkhole problem. There's a sinkhole map that will blow your mind. So maybe look for my Florida videos as well. A geologist has been brought in to investigate the cause of this sinkhole/landslide. Red Cross is assisting the evacuated residents. That's a shock, right? If you have a farm nearby, you might be worried, well, will it expand? Will there be other sinkholes? I know there has been quite a bit of rain in Quebec in the recent weeks. Is that related? Who knows? But the regional spokesperson for Quebec's Public Security Ministry said it was too early right now to determine the exact cause of the landslide, but they also said significant rainfall. So approximately 1.97 inches, like 50 millimeters of rain, fell between Friday and Sunday. So not far from this affected area, only like roughly 19 miles, 30 kilometers away from this area. So they think that the landslide zone is likely to continue to expanding due to the steep slope. So probably more stuff will crash into that hole. And they also say that the soil has a high clay content. So at the deepest point of that hole, the depression reaches around 80 feet, roughly 24 meters. So it's also really, really deep. And there has been another area with a landfall that has been caused by heavy rainfall earlier in the month. In Trou de la Fée has collapsed part of the roadway and severing access between two villages there. And that road still remains closed due to safety concerns. So this is not an issue that you can wrap up and put aside very, very quickly, or just try to fill it, because it might reopen again. You fill it, it might get deeper, it might get wider. That doesn't guarantee you safety. It has happened in Florida. That big sinkhole that has swallowed a house with a man inside, they were filling it afterwards, and then it reopened again. It's now fenced off. So it's not that easy. And that's why there's ongoing safety concerns, and the officials are telling the homeowners and the farmers nearby, if you notice anything unusual, I mean, you don't want to fall into a hole like this with your tractor while you're plowing your field. They're saying watch out for cracks in the ground or trees starting to fall. They should report it then to the city immediately so that experts can be sent out to assess the situation. But in this case, with this hole that has opened, there were no warning signs. Nobody noticed anything. This just occurred. It was just like, oops, it's there. But what is causing this? I have a theory, and I'm going to tell you this theory because you heard that it's clay, that there's lots of clay in the soil. So probably the primary factor for that hole or landslide was the presence of how it's called quick clay, or they call it leada clay. That's a type of clay that is sensitive and it can suddenly liquefy when it's disturbed. And then it leads to rapid ground failure. And such landslides are common in areas with marine clay deposits, like parts of Quebec, for example. And what contributes is, of course, the heavy rainfall, has increased soil saturation, has reduced the stability. The landslide occurred near a river where natural erosion can undermine the land. And of course, the historical susceptibility to something like this. The region has a history of similar landslides that indicates an inherent geological risk in the whole area. So overall, wherever you move, wherever you go, it might look so peaceful, but there's so many things to look out for. Earthquakes, are you in a major fault zone? Is there tsunami risk? Are you in a region, tornadoes, hurricanes, hail, lots of lightning storms, and also sinkholes. I'll put the sinkhole video of Florida I have made too, because you all might have heard, for example, of the villages in Florida, this retirement community where they all drive around with golf carts and have their homes and their pools. It has a huge problem, a huge sinkhole problem. And I have pictures that will stun you where the sinkhole swallows up a garage or half a house. But when you look at the sinkhole map, it's all over Florida, the Ocala area. I always love this area because I have horses and there's so many horse farms. I don't want my horses to disappear in a sinkhole. And it seems when you buy a house here, you have to do a geological investigation with engineers to see if that is safe. And for your insurance, it seems you have to check that your house and everything once a year. In many, many areas, incredible. But sinkholes can happen all over the US and obviously Canada. So be careful. It's really, really crazy. It seems this is sinkhole/landslide week because I have just released a video about what's going on in Switzerland, and you can see live on camera how the mountain splits apart, how the crack opens. And for 2 days, it has already sending parts of it down, and now it's the risk this is all landing on a glacier, and it's already the risk that the mountain will bury the village of Blatten, but now it lands on a glacier, and then that glacier could break apart, and then this glacier could dam a river, and then it's an even bigger catastrophe. So this is escalating in real time right now. Everyone has been evacuated. They've been flying out cows that were hanging on a helicopter. If you want to see these not groundbreaking this time, well, mountain breaking live camera, surveillance camera pictures, check out this video in the end screen. There's so many videos. So subscribe to my channel and then check out my videos. Click on videos on my channel page so that you can watch them all in a row, because this end screen doesn't have them all. You need to watch them. Stay safe, guys. Be prepared. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.